What's up? What's up out there? It's Kim Cat checking in from the Shy. Right now it is 12:22, right after midnight. It is Wednesday, October the 30th. And I've been trying to get on here probably for the last, I've been saying I was going to get on YouTube for the last 2 or 3 months, really. So it's long overdue. Um, but I had to get on here tonight because the bullshit that has been going on as far as what the streets have been saying. Let me just start from the beginning. So this is all about the Diddy situation. Okay. Now, my take on this whole thing with Diddy, and I've said from day one, all right, that the dude is a monster, as we all found out. This dude is a monster. He's been a monster for forever. I mean, anytime you going into more than 30 years, bro, he's been a monster for a long time. So I've not defended him since this, even before the Cassie thing came out. My whole take on it is, the dude is a monster. Okay, plain and simple. Now, my only issue right now, today, because as we already know, and we've probably just hit the tip of the iceberg, okay? When this is all said and done, there could be thousands of people who've they've been harmed and hurt by this dude. So I am not surprised at all. But I'm having a problem with the reaction with a few people, okay? And the one thing that I keep hearing, and I feel like it's kind of dumb and stupid on a lot of folks' part. And if you just think about it in your mind, just think about it, just go there and put yourself in the shoes of the victims and all of these people who've been around Diddy. The one thing that keeps coming up is everybody keeps saying, even now today, they keep saying, oh, well, why didn't anybody say anything? Nobody didn't step up and say anything until now. This is terrible, and the one thing I really want to focus on, not just people in general, okay, that's just one part of it. But my main problem that I'm really having a problem with, and even my own friends and family, they'll go, oh yeah, and that's so terrible, blah, blah, blah. Okay. My issue is this. When I hear people saying, again, and I'm going to explain why I feel it's dumb. People are saying, oh, why didn't anybody step up and say anything until now? Okay. People are saying, oh, his sons are terrible, and thank God, at least his daughters are safe, and, they didn't participate in any of this, and, but his sons are terrible. They're grown, and, they went and got girls for him, and, they were a part of the freak offs. They actually went and, got girls for him, like the young lady Tania, who was on a dude's podcast or whatever YouTube channel, and she was talking about her experience as to what happened when she went to one of these freak offs. Okay. And she was saying that, Diddy's sons came and they were picking out people for him and all this stuff. Okay. And so that's the main part that I really want to focus on. I really want to focus on the kids, his sons. And I'm saying that to say that that's dumb as well. And hear me out as to why I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Okay. We have now understood, and we know it is a fact, right, that this dude has been blackmailing people. He's been physically assaulting people, sexually assaulting people, he has been um, illing people, KILLING. Yeah, offing people, murking people, however you want to put that. Um, and he's been doing it to men and women. Okay? He's been doing it to men and women, girls and boys. Let me say that again. He's been doing this to men and women, girls and boys. People who are non-celebrities, people who are celebrities. Okay? He probably basically just about harmed the whole Bad Boy Records. You know, anybody who's affiliated with him, he basically, we can just basically call them victims. Okay? We can go from Faith Evans to Jodeci, even to Mary J. Blige, even though I know a lot of people are saying, oh, she participated, this, that, and the other. Chris Brown, Rihanna. This is the reason why we can see now how the line leads back to why they've acted so crazy. It's like they come in, they're nice, clean cut, and then all of a sudden they turn crazy. They're on the drugs, drugs. You know, a lot of them almost lost their minds, you know, and so we didn't understand. But now we understand. They had a monster who was their boss. And that person was Sean Combs. Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Diddy, whatever you want to call him. Whatever he calls himself. All right. So let's take into account you work for a monster, a devil. Then fast forward to September 16th, 2024. Now it is now October 30th. That's only been what, 1 month and approximately 2 weeks that he has been locked up, right? So let's take into account that right after he got locked up, the day after, on September 17th, the U.S. District Attorney of New York did a press conference on September 17th. And he explained the charges and how deep Diddy's out of control, just evil went. Violence, attacking people, threatening people, doing things in front of folks to, to coerce them into doing what he wanted them to do, to control them. So his attacks were done to other people to show, okay, this can happen to you. So I'm saying all of this to say that everybody who's out there saying the same dumb questions, because to me, it's kind of dumb. And a lot of us, we already know. I mean, I don't think we're thinking. If you have seen shows like 2020, Dateline, if you have seen TV shows, TV series like Law and Order, How to Get Away with Murder, Murder, She Wrote, movies, okay, like Who Did It and Why and What, okay, like Out of Time, like New Jack City, okay, and I'm using New Jack City for a reason, and that's because are you gonna come to a criminal? And I'm just saying, American Gangster. I'm just Scarface. Are you? But what I'm saying is one thing that they all have in common, even if it's a real live situation like 2020 or Dateline or Law and Order, you're not gonna come and say, "Hey, I'm coming to investigate you." Duh. You're not gonna do that. And if you have other people working with you, are you gonna tell the victims who could possibly be friends, colleagues, people that this person has worked with, anybody who's ever been around him, are you going to say, oh yeah, show your hand. Let the person know that you are in cahoots with the authorities and that you're giving information with to the authorities. Same thing with, and the reason why I brought up New Jack City, Chris Rock as Pookie, the character, came in there with a wire on to get information. I'm saying all this to say that everybody keeps on talking about, oh, well, why didn't anybody step up to the plate and open and say anything? It's obvious. People have been saying this dude has been killing, KILLING people. He has been murdering people. He's had people murdered. He has even said it out of his mouth. There are accounts where it is factual. It is a fact that he said, I can make you disappear. This is all a part of his violence. This is all a part of his control and his arrogance to do whatever he wanted to people. So I'm just saying, I'm confused how dumb people are acting like you don't know what you would do if you were in that damn situation. If somebody is sitting up here saying that they would murk you, that if you said something, and we can look at people who did challenge him. Look at the girl Dawn, who witnessed him doing whatever, and then she challenged him. Oh, I'm going to say, and then remember, he held her hostage, basically kidnapped her for a night or whatever in a car or something, and had her scared to death. So I'm saying, if this dude is doing all of that, duh, we know why no one said anything, because your life is in jeopardy dealing with somebody like Sean Diddy Combs. And he would threaten you, and he would blackmail you. And when the U.S. District Attorney, Damian Williams, came out the next day on September 17th, he said it. He used video to coerce and do whatever he wanted to do to blackmail and threaten the person, damaging and embarrassing electronic video of people while he ate them, RAPED, and drugged them to do all of these things. This is how he got all these people under control. Okay? And I'm saying this to say my main reason, and I didn't get to that point, and I'm going to say, I touched on it a little bit, but I made it a point to say all of these people. But remember, the U.S. District Attorney said in that press conference, he said he did this to women and to people. Duh. People means men, women, boys, and girls. Yeah. So if he said that, that is the total of it could be, he did this to everybody. He didn't discriminate against anyone to do harm to anyone that he wanted to do harm to. So I'm going to get to the point, and the point is this, and this is really more so about the people who are talking about Sean Combs' children. Okay? Sean Combs' children, Quincy, Christian, and Justin. And we're going to throw in the girls too. But y'all seem to think that, first of all, let me touch on the girls. A lot of y'all sitting up here saying, well, at least the girls are safe. How the is our daughters okay when we have seen this nigga sitting up here? I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my calm. I'm trying not to cuss. This Negro has sat up here and he has done all this shit to children. And he didn't discriminate when it came to children, to boys and girls. So what makes y'all think in y'all right mind that this fool, I don't put shit past this nigga. This is what I'm saying. I don't put shit past Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Now that we found out that this dude was doing this to men and women, boys and girls, celebrity, non-celebrities, this fool is capable of anything. And that means even his own children. If you'll do that to somebody else's kids, you'll do it to your own children. Which means his daughters were not off limits, people. What the are y'all thinking? And then TISATELLS, I love you, girl. I've been looking at you from day one. I even called in and we had a conversation, I think a year or 2 years ago. Okay. But I'm having a problem with you as far as his sons are concerned. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you keep saying, no, don't say nothing because y'all saying his sons are innocent. They're not innocent. They're grown. It's not that they're not innocent, Tisa. That's not the point. The point is, if you have all of this information to see that this dude has been doing all this shit to all these men and women, boys and girls, what the fuck is in your mind where you don't think that he would make his sons do the same shit? What is in your brain that you can't even grasp the fact? Because I know I don't put shit past him. And what I mean is I don't put shit past this fool. If you will do this to all of these children and men and women, what the fuck is in your mind that you don't think that this fool would do this shit to his own damn children? And that goes for Justin, Christian, and Quincy. How do you know that this dude has not coerced and forced his children, just like he forced all these other damn people to be a part of these freak offs? How do you know that he didn't make his children, just like he did Cassie, be a part of the freak offs? How do you know that? You don't know. You don't know. And then you keep saying, like you said today, oh, and then, their kids sent out a statement, and even Kimora, she sent out a statement backing Sean Combs, and they're stupid. Okay. Obviously, Tisa, you don't watch a lot of police programs or FBI programs, or even, like I said, whether it's real life like 2020 Dateline, or whether it's TV shows and movies like I said, Law and Order, or Murder, She Wrote, or Knives Out, or I'm just saying, I'm mixing it up, whether it's movies or whether it's TV shows. And my point to you is that, do you think that if his sons or his kids are working with authorities, do you think they're going to actually you think they're going to actually come out and say, oh yeah, we're working with the authorities? If I'm smart, and if I'm the FBI, or if I'm Damian Williams, or if I'm a part of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, don't you think they would tell them, make your dad feel safe. Just act as you always acted. Make him feel safe. Act like you are supporting him, because you don't want to become a target. I don't care how mad you are. Wait till we get to the part to where we're going to take him to court, and now you can say whatever you want to say after that. But hold it and just go along with it. Act like, everything's okay. You want to make him feel safe. It's the same damn thing when you're trying to catch a criminal. You're not going to go to a criminal and say, oh yeah, do you know that I'm working with the police? Duh. Do you know I'm working with the Department of Homeland Security? Now, what I'm saying to you is this. I am not saying that I know 100% that his sons and his daughters, or even Kimora Lee Simmons, who said, like you said, what she said today, oh, she's supporting them now and all this. Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe they are genuinely supporting their dad. All I'm saying it could be that, but I don't know. What I'm saying to you is, Tisa and all the rest of these people, think in your mind and just say, they could be. It is a possibility. They could be just saving face, and the authorities have told them to just lay low, play along with your dad, act like you've always acted, and act like you're supporting him and defending him, because you don't want a target on your back. Because we know this idiot. I would not put anything past Diddy. I wouldn't put it past this fool that while he's in the prison, while he's locked up, he could make a phone call and have, if his kids go against him, oh yeah, shoot Justin, or I'm sorry, I shouldn't say like the word, but I know I'm trying to, not say certain words, but blankety blank Justin, or blankety blank Christian, or blankety blank Quincy. I'm saying y'all acting real dumb, like they're supposed to show their hands. Didn't y'all hear the U.S. District Attorney? And if you haven't seen the whole speech, perhaps y'all need to go look at it. Because he said it's an ongoing investigation. What that means is There's certain things that the children are not going to be able to discuss until after this whole thing is over. And the best thing for them to do is go ahead and do like what they've been doing. Okay, now, again, I could be wrong. Maybe they are genuinely and sincerely supporting their dad. If they are, okay, I don't think that's a good idea because he's a monster. But what I'm saying to you is there's also a possibility that they might just be doing it because authorities might have told them, hey, look, lay low, play along with your dad. That's the safest thing to do since he's a monster and a sociopath. And he can't have you KILLED. So I'm just saying, Tisa, all I'm saying to you is give it the benefit of the doubt. We don't know if these kids are working with the authorities. We don't know. We simply don't know. I hope they are. I hope they are faking it down to the ground. Okay? I really do. And to me, in my opinion, this is me. I could be wrong. I really think to themselves, they can't stand his. Remember, these are kids who you think if we haven't heard, you don't think the kids haven't heard that this dude possibly hurt their mother? And if they had a front row seat to see what he's been doing to them and forcing them to be a part of these freak-offs, I'm sure those kids can believe, oh yeah, he probably did it to my mother. And they probably told them, look, whatever you feel, even if you feel that your father did have something to do with your mother's death and he KILLED'd her, keep that on the low. Keep that on the low to keep yourself safe until we can really make sure that this dude is going to stay where he is, locked up. But don't say nothing until that time. And that's the only way you all are going to be able to stay safe. I'm just saying, Tisa, you're not thinking. You keep on focusing on, oh, they're grown and people are saying they're innocent. No, you keep saying that shit. I ain't never said they're innocent. What I'm saying is you don't know if this dude has been forcing all these other damn people with blackmail and threatening. And the reason why ain't nobody stepped forward because, again, everybody keep on saying, why ain't nobody say shit? Damn it. Duh. I don't know how clear it can get. The U.S. District Attorney already said in that particular press conference, he already said that he used all of these things, coercion, violence, dragging, kicking, all of these things to control people, to do what he wanted them to do. So if you know that your life is being threatened and can be threatened by a damn monster, you don't think you would shut the fuck up too? All of y'all sound stupid. This is the reason why no one said anything. Remember, Kanye West was the first one to basically say something about this. Okay. Oh, okay, Fez. Okay. Oh, Fez, leave me alone. Da, da. Okay. Let me say it nicely. Cause he know that nigga crazy. Kanye knew. We just didn't know all this time until the Cassie lawsuit dropped last year in 2023. Now all this shit is coming out after the Cassie lawsuit. Then we find out, oh, dude, this dude is a menace to society. He's a menace. He's literally a menace to society. And I don't think y'all understand how deep this is. If this dude is a menace to society, that means that this dude was actually assaulting people. He was physically assaulting people, men and women, boys and girls. And we already know, the streets have been saying that he is probably behind the illings, KILLINGs, of Tupac Shakur, Biggie Smalls, Kim Porter, Andre Harrell, Heavy D, Almost Albie Shore, Almost Jamie Foxx, Wolf, and so many more people. So why the hell do y'all keep asking the same damn dumb ass questions when Damian Williams, the U.S. District Attorney, explained how this could go on for so long? Because this motherfucker was blackmailing and threatening people and doing all kinds of shit. So stop asking the same dumbass question. Stop asking stop stating the same dumb thing as far as his children are concerned. If, again, think about it into yourself. If your damn father, and you have had a front row seat into this, and this dude has made you be a part of freak-offs, and we don't know how long he's been doing that. And if he's been doing it for a long time, that's child abuse from a parent. Okay? He probably has been doing this for 10 years. Who knows? That would mean that, especially Christian, was too young. If that's 10 years, that's 16 years old. 17 years old. You're a minor. That's child abuse. And again, y'all not thinking, if this dude has been doing all this shit to other people, what's to make him stop not to do it to his own sons? How do we not know that there's not video? Remember, the U.S. District Attorney did say people. He didn't say, he said women and people, and there are many victims. He did not differentiate between if it was family or if it was not. He did not differentiate between neither nor. He said people. That includes, or it could include, his sons. If you are threatening and blackmailing all these people, what would stop him from doing that to his own damn children? And the streets have been saying that was the reason why he felt like he had to get rid of Kim Porter, because some kind of way she found out that he was raping, sexually abusing his own children. And again, I'm not surprised, because if you're actually abusing children who are not your family or friends, you would actually abuse your own children. I don't put shit past that nigga. Not one thing. Y'all can. So I don't understand how it's hard for y'all to understand or believe this. If you say he's the enemy, if you say he's a monster, then that's just what he is. And you shouldn't put shit past this dude. Nothing. I believe it. I believe that Kim Porter found out that he was actually abusing his children. I believe she found out that he was making the sons, and I wouldn't put it past him if he had the daughters involved. That dude is crazy. Involved in the freak-offs, and she had to stop him. And that's why he felt like he had to ill her. Kill her. So I'm just saying, y'all need to think. And I really feel like y'all not thinking about this whole thing. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not saying that, oh yes, I'm just so right and I know what I'm talking about. All I'm saying to you is give it the benefit of the doubt. All I'm saying to you is you don't know if those sons are working with authorities or if Kamora Lee Simmons is working with authorities. You don't know. And even Tiffany Red and even Lil Ra said to you, Tisa, leave the children out of it. And they probably said that because they probably witnessed this dude. And what's his name? He said it to you in the interview with Lil Rod. He said it to you, Tisa. Because you were like, what? He did that to his own children? Yeah. Yeah. Like my mother used to say, if you will kill people, what's to stop you from killing your own family members? Biggie was as close as they come to Puffy. He had this dude probably killed. as we're finding out. And again, it's probably several more people. This is probably just the tip of the iceberg. All I'm saying to you is hold off on your nailing these, especially these children, to the cross. And I'm just saying, for me, this is just my opinion. Anybody who was ever around Diddy, whether it was Chris Brown, whether it was Usher, whether it was Mary J. Blige, even though they might have participated, we don't know if they are on the tapes where he probably blackmailed them. And remember, dude said, the U.S. District Attorney said that he would make those people who were around him do what he wanted them to do because of the video that he would get of them having them in embarrassing situations, doing all kinds of stuff sexually because of the influence of drugs. Oh, I'm sorry, rugs. So how do we know that all of these situations with Mary J. Blige, or even if it was J-Lo, how do we know it didn't start off where it was blackmail? Because again, the U.S. District Attorney did not differentiate between anybody. He said people. He said there are many victims. For years and years, he did this to the same people. And remember, all of this is on video. All of these acts are on video. He taped it. He said that in the press conference on September 17th, 2024. So people, I'm just saying, before you go nailing somebody to the cross, let's get to the court hearings and see what happens before we do what a lot of people are trying to do, and that's nail the children to the cross. And to me, again, anybody who was ever around this dude, to me, are victims. I don't care if it was Usher. I don't care if it was Mary J. Blige. I don't give a care who it, Justin Bieber. All of them are victims. They're victims. All of them. And he did that by allowing them to see the violence that he would do to somebody else. And the U.S. District Attorney would said that in the press conference. He would do all these things in front of the other person to show the violence that he would do to them, so that he can convince the person in front of the person that they were doing it in front of, to coerce them to go along with what he was doing, because they didn't want what happened to that person to happen to them. That's why he did it in front of witnesses. So I'm just saying, people, let's just give it a chance. Let this thing play out. Diddy is a monster. We already know this now. He's the enemy. He has been Satan's favorite worker. Okay? But what I'm saying to y'all is, y'all need to give this a rest and calm down, pipe down, until we see the whole thing play out with the kids and even anybody who's ever around him. Because again, anybody who was around him, they're victims. They're probably victims. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. All I'm saying is, let it play out. Let's see what happens. Okay? And again, Tisa, I ain't never said Diddy was innocent. I ain't never said his kids are innocent. What I'm saying to you is, there is a possibility that they have been forced to participate in this. And we know Diddy's background now. And we know that he is capable of doing this and exactly this. He don't give a shit whether you are his kid, whether you not his kid, whether you, a regular person, a family, a friend. We already know this. He does not discriminate on harming people. He doesn't. So again, I don't understand how y'all can believe that he would not force his kids to be a part of this shit. I don't get it. So anyway, that's what I had to say tonight. I had to get on here and talk about that. This was really pissing me off seeing, again, I love Tisa Tells. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, but this part, I mean, I think it's kind of like dumb on y'all part, on people's part, not just Tisa, with this whole thing with the sons and the you know, other people who are around him. Again, we don't know what this dude did. We don't know if he put a gun to his son's head, to Justin and Christian's head, Quincy's head. Hey, you better be a part of this shit, or else I kill you. And from what I heard, I'm sorry, KILU. And from what I heard, this is what happened with Albie Shore. Okay, so we don't know. And we know this dude is capable of anything and everything. So, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. And see you next time. From the Shy Baby.